Today in Drag Race Spotlight, we are gonna discuss the Snatch Game of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10. Welcome to another episode. My name is Mann.
And I'm Lucas.
And we are ready to talk about the 10th episode of the 10th season of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10. Okay? And the eliminated queen that we'll talk about later, she always ends in the 10th place. So this is the 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 event. And we're going to talk all about it. Lucas, how are you? Good to see you.
I am really good. I'm excited to talk about the Snatch Game. We know that's an iconic part of RuPaul's. We all wait for the episode of Snatch Game. We have a lot of interesting queens for this. A lot of people who wanted a redemption. A lot of people who needed to keep their momentum, and other people that they were like, I don't have nothing to lose. So it's gonna be very nice to talk about it.
100%. Snatch Game is a classic, and when it comes to an all-star season, we have really high expectations. They used to do the Snatch Game of Love in all-star seasons, but they came back to sort of the traditional format in the last couple seasons or so. So it's interesting to discuss what they did, because in my opinion it was very underwhelming, but we'll get to it in a moment. But before that, I want to thank our sponsors, Joy LGBT, that sent me this shirt. Isn't it sexy? I like it. So yeah. They have a lot of leather products and they sent me this, and if you want to shop any of the products that they have a big sale going on. Just check the link on the description. And thank you so much for my shirt. I really like it. I feel very sexy wearing it for sure. All right. Well, let's talk about the episode of Snatch Game. We have all the queens merged finally after 3 different brackets, and they walk into the workroom, and the minute they're in there, Mistress already has a target in mind, Ginger Minj. I mean, she's the voice of the people in a lot of ways, because a lot of the audience has been feeling certain way towards Ginger, which again is not Ginger's fault, but the producer's fault. And because she's been favored, because this happens, etc. And we'll later discuss what happens in the episode, but it seems that Ginger once again seems to be getting it really easy. It's a walk through the crown, in my opinion, at this point. But what do you think when they all got together?
I'm gonna be honest, I did not like the vibe she brought this time around. I don't know, it's because she has a new mindset of transformation. I don't know why she's being so direct on what she wants. It's not like before, this shadiness and just being shady here or shady there. She's like, I'm coming for you, I'm gonna do this, and I'm being right into your face. It was kind of uncomfortable to watch it. It was kind of like, ooh, girly pop. No, this is not fun anymore. This is worrying. Why are you attacking?
I agree, and you know why? Because Ginger wasn't following, answering back. Ginger was kind of rolling her eyes or whatever. So if there's no banter in between the two of them, then if it's one-sided, then it doesn't read on TV as well. And also, let's just say it, if Mistress is trying to hijack production's plans, well, obviously producers are not gonna be happy with her, and I think that's clearly what happened here. Because when we got into the Snatch Game, Mistress ended up having really bad critiques. In my opinion, I didn't feel she was one of the worst ones. I didn't think she did that bad, but producers had different plans.
I did like it. I kind of feel like the way they edit this Snatch Game was showing just some queens, not all of them. I know there was characters that were yeah, this is not working. For example, Dracula, but yeah.
Yeah. But Daya, Betty, you're right. She was never in it basically at all.
Exactly, and her character is such an iconic character that she could do so much of it. The question is she getting under edit, or is she not in the Snatch Game? You know,
I feel it was the edit, and same for Irene. I have a feeling that Irene and Daya must have done really well, And because they wanted to give it to Ginger Minch, they chose
Not
to
show
just
them.
not show them as much. And let's be honest, Ginger Minch wasn't in it that much either. I didn't feel like
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
was she had like three jokes that made RuPaul laugh a lot, but that was it. Like I don't feel I got a full like snatch game of Ginger like I've seen in other seasons.
Same, but obviously the edit. But Ginger Minj was very funny. Let's say what it is. She knew the character, she knew
Yeah.
what she's doing, she was funny. Okay, props, wonderful. But I feel other queens were good as well. Maybe not better than Ginger because she's a master on Snatch Game. We know that. She's
Mm-hmm.
really good at the pinpointing of the jokes and like creating the situations around the jokes of the other queens, and she takes the stage on the whole Snatch
Mm-hmm.
Game.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to win. It was not like no one doubted it. But it once again feels like everyone's like, look, Ginger, Ginger, Ginger. And it's different from the other times that Ginger participated because she was in the same level as all of the queens in the edit, let's say it like that, in the edit. And she stand out because she's Ginger, not because production was like, we want you to love Ginger, we want you to
Yeah,
see Ginger, you know? It's
exactly.
kind of very forced down our throats. We love Ginger, but now you're making us hate her.
Yeah, yeah, isn't we can't even enjoy it because we're thinking, oh, they're doing this to push her, or they're doing this to, it kind of felt like that. The Snatch Game, yeah, I felt it was very uneven in what they showed to us. So let's talk about the weak ones. I mean, Cynthia obviously struggled. I think she was smart in choosing a character that perhaps she could do whatever she wanted with, but RuPaul was giving her some like
Pointers.
hints, pointers, like there you go, here's a gift to you, like give me something back. And I think she wasn't able to come
Quick.
back with, she wasn't quick enough. That's right. Like, what's your address? Oh, Transylvania. Oh, like, like what else? She
I
didn't
mean,
know. Hmm.
exactly. I mean, that was funny, but like not on the right track.
Not for
Like
the
it's
right
funny for
reasons.
the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
She
yeah, yeah.
had like the opportunity to make like a super big joke about
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
She should stuck with Transylvania.
Yeah, yeah,
That's so
exactly.
funny. And
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's funny, but the way that she delivered the joke make us be like, "Oh, this is so bad," but I'm laughing not with you, I'm laughing at you. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
honest. She
Yeah,
showed us why she was in the semifinals. Was not because of the points. It was because of the queens. She's in the semifinal because of the points that she received, and she showed us that.
I would have loved to see Denali in this challenge. It was
Yes.
nice to see Cuckoo. I have nothing against her. She's lovely. But I mean, we all knew the minute that they pushed her forward, as it Betty was saying, is like you're going for the crown. No, girl, like she's gonna be the first one out. We knew
Yeah, she's
because it's not her brand to be polished, but what All Stars asks for is super polished. Like we saw it with her outfit later on. She's not that queen. She's gonna give us herself, her personality, but she's not the one that brings the best looks. She's not the one that's gonna be the greatest actress. She's just lovely, and that
funny.
that
She's
works for her.
naturally
She's
funny.
funny, naturally funny, being herself, but not acting like somebody else. And I think that's
Exactly.
what happened. And then, do you agree that Mistress was the other one that was weak? I felt Aja, in my opinion, kind of fell one
One
noted.
liner.
Having said that, after hearing her story, I'm glad that she got to stay because you can tell that she's going through a rough path. But to me, she was like one note, in my opinion. I felt Mistress was doing more.
I feel the same way, but I think the runway saved Aja.
That
And
was a very good runaway. Yeah.
you know, we have seen a lot of times on RuPaul's that someone like really butchers Snatch Game or the main challenge, but on the wrong way they boom with their clothes and then like, oh well, okay, you're safe. While Mistress, she did a really good job with the clothes she had, but it was missing something. There was certain details that I think that would makes her go in the bottom, or just to make production be like, okay, this is the exact excuse that we needed to put
Yeah.
her on the bottom.
Well,
Because let's
especially because she's very polished. Like Mistress, I mean, the pre-Ozempic Mistress, she was always on point with every outfit, every look. Like she didn't. So, in a way, I almost felt that it does have when your body changes that much. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of pounds she's lost. You have to relearn how to adapt things to fit
Mhm.
you, and it felt to me a little bit like that outfit didn't look finished enough, and perhaps the construction of it wasn't something she was used to. She did get the feedback that they were used to the same silhouettes in the other brackets, so perhaps she was trying to challenge that a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, it wasn't bad, but the first before the reveal, it did look a bit bulky, let's say.
Yeah, the like the part here on top was
Yeah,
not finished. You could see like the white parts between the
yeah,
black.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It
The
didn't
other thing is
give the
when
illusion.
she, yeah, when she took away the whole suit, when it go down to see the dress didn't go down and make like the body type and the super cute. It was like straight and boom, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I
Mm-hmm.
think the suit would have worked better if it was something like she took away and then the dress goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that were they were like, yeah, this is not actually the mistress that we know that she's Polish, and
Yeah.
that's why she's at the bottom. Also because obviously she's attacking Ginger Minj, so that's another reason
Yeah,
why
I mean, they needed an excuse. They found it there. I feel like, yeah.
she
But
gave
I don't
them.
think her snatch game was that bad. That's just me. I didn't
Mm,
feel it was that bad.
I like the character, but I feel that what the judge said, she didn't know where to go with the character.
Mm.
Natalie is such an iconic villain around all reality TV shows.
Yeah, I saw her in Big
Even
Brother, and
though,
yeah.
exactly, even though you don't know her, like for watching Bad Girls Club or Big Brother or whatever show she has been in, you kind of know her from memes or something around the internet if you're really into it,
Mm-hmm.
like the and stuff. You know her, you kind of know. So she was always just rude. She was not funny. She was just mad. She was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" And then it wasn't in a
That
line of
didn't read. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. I
you
see
know, it
that
was
point.
not
Mhm.
funny, but it was a character, but it wasn't a deal for the Snatch Game.
Yeah. Okay. And before we go into the lip sync, I do want to point out this little fun way to for RuPaul to decrown the season 2 winner and to finally give it to the correct person that should have gotten, which was Raven. I mean, it was camp, but I felt that it needed to be done. I was hoping that one day RuPaul would call Raven on stage randomly and be like, we just have to rectify something and just give her the crown. But I really liked that they did that, even if it was for camp or for comedy, because in a way it was a way of saying it's like, yeah, you deserve that crown, not the other one. So I like that moment. I didn't expect it to happen that way, but I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, I really like it. Obviously, there's the whole controversy of
Coco Montrese said that, right? Like if you can
exactly,
fulfill your duties, something like that. I remember. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So
All
that's
right.
what happened.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Tyra won the season. Yeah, totally. But now she's not the winner anymore because she's not
Yeah,
available like
she's
that.
not part of that universe, let's just say, same as
Exactly.
other ones that we won't name. But yeah, basically it was a little Easter eggs for those who have
And I
been
love
paying
it. It was
attention.
very
So yeah, it was funny. I really enjoyed it. Well, then we jumped into that lip sync a cappella. I want to hear your thoughts first, and then I'll talk.
it was missing something, you know? I was
It,
expecting, uh-huh. I
Joe,
was
I'm
like,
sorry for interrupting, but
no,
I
no,
just have to say, you put that song when you want to make sure someone goes home. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
yes.
know it's just not a song you would do a lip sync to. It's just not. Yeah.
No, and the thing is, for example, in the whole story of RuPaul's, there was only one time besides this one, that you had not like a music, it was like a dialogue, that it was on All Winners, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it worked on All Winners because the two people that were there, they actually knew how to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
both like dominated on their own terms on how to do it. This time around, I just feel that they both were like, you know what, I give up.
Sabotage to me.
Imagine,
I mean, it just
imagine.
felt like it's like you cannot do good with this song. Basically, it would be really hard for them to do good with that song. That's how it felt to me. It was painful to watch. I do feel that Mistress tried the best she could to do it, but it was not an enjoyable lip sync.
Totally agree. It was kind of awkward to watch. It was not funny. It was not musically. It's not gonna be iconic. No one is gonna remember, or actually, everyone's gonna remember it, but for all the wrong
For
reasons,
all
for
the
being
wrong
one of
reasons.
the worst lip syncs in the history.
And
Of
just talking about the whole episode. Well, by the way, well, Cynthia going home. She's always gone home 10th in every season she's been on, and this was the 10th episode of the 10th season. So I just thought it was funny. There's a lot of tens, but that's what I was referring to earlier in the episode. But
Yeah.
I do feel that it was a very awkward episode because you usually go into the Snatch Game when the queens have developed some screen time together, and they just arrived from the merges. You haven't seen them together really, and then just going to the Snatch Game, it just didn't flow. It didn't feel natural to me because it was a big gap of time in between. So there were a lot of them in between that time period. Like a lot of time went by and they weren't together. So it didn't feel natural to me for them to be together like that. I feel it would have been a better reintroduction to do the talent show first and then do the Snatch Game, because the talent show is just kind of showing the other ones, oh, this is why I made it into the semifinals. I feel it would have been a better transition, perhaps, but starting with the Snatch Game right after the merges, it didn't flow too good, in my opinion.
No, especially because Snatch Game has to have the like chemistry between the queens as
Yes,
well.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
like we
exactly.
have seen in the past, if someone is feuding, they're gonna feud in the Snatch Game in their characters.
Mm-hmm,
If someone is being super friends with someone, they might get like the joke of the person and they might joke around between them.
mm-hmm.
You can sense the partnership and the whole shebang. But this time around, obviously, there's three different groups and they didn't sit together. They were all scattered around. So there wasn't like the opportunity to even like talk around with your own bracket that you
Mm-hmm.
actually. So
Yeah.
the whole episode was very awkward since the
Yeah.
introduction of everyone, Mistress fighting and not getting a response out of Ginger Minj.
I loved the beginning when the season started of this bracket. The first bracket was really strong to me, and I felt it was flowing really well. But now that you bring them together, it just doesn't. It just didn't work for me. I just didn't see that chemistry that I used to seeing in a 10th episode amongst the queens. It's like you're watching episode one again, but in a really bad way. So I don't know. I'm not too sure about this format. I'm not enjoying these semifinals. We have the next episode, which is the semifinal, like the actual semifinal. Let's just say the one before the finale. So let's see what happens. It's a talent show, and then we're gonna have a new winner the following week, which pretty much we all know who it's gonna be at this point. But
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Unless what happens is the eliminated queen, Denali.
You know what? I have a theory. I may be wrong, but I have a theory. Season 5, they of All Stars, they did a double crowning, which
Hmm.
everybody hated, but I mean,
I mean,
but if
I
they
liked it.
really, really, really want to crown Ginger, because they have a cast of 18 queens, because they have, like everything's going on with the Ginger push from the production, they could do a double crowning for season 10. It's like every season 5 and season 10, you have a double crowning. So I wouldn't be shocked if they go that route. That could happen.
It could. Other thing that they could actually do if they think about doing the bracket again, is do the same, but with all the queens together. How? You have all of the 18 queens together, and they compete in their brackets, but we can see all of them together. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And then
Yeah,
you,
but I think they don't want to do it because the queens don't want to. I think they did this because a lot of the queens are easy. It's easier for them to book them for 1 week of work. They film like all the episodes in 1 week to prepare 3 looks or 4 looks versus 12 looks, and they have a guarantee that they will get to show all of them. I think that's the reason why they're doing it that way. But again, it just doesn't work.
it's not working.
No. I just pay them for the whole thing. Just
Exactly.
get them. But I guess we'll see. It was just in general, it was not an episode that worked. But let's see what happens in the
On the next
semifinal, the talent show next week. So if you enjoy watching us, please subscribe to the channel, to Drag Race Spotlight. We love bringing you the best gossip in the world of Drag Race, the best tea, and it's always a pleasure sitting with you, Lucas. So we'll see you next week for the talent show, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.